Hi, and welcome to the Rags to Riches show with myself, Terry Blackburn. So, today's episode is about how to find flips and assisted sales on market. Most of the properties I've found, which is quite a lot over the past few years, have been on market. I haven't done any creative direct to vendor strategies. They've came from properties that are on market, that are either on the normal market or they're in auction, or they've came direct from an estate agent. So I'm going to share with you how I found so many deals over the past few years, how I continue to find deals, and how you can do the same. So if you're just purely looking on market, you've got your basic platforms, the likes of Rightmove, Zoopla, and on the market. You can use things like property filter, which is a bit more advanced, which I'll touch on. So if you're looking on Rightmove, basic stuff, the first thing you need to be doing is typing in your location into Rightmove. You then need to filter it a little bit. So the price point that you're looking for, maybe is under 150 grand if it's in the Northeast, whatever sort of price point you're looking at. Generally, when you're getting higher up the scale, you're getting 250s, 300s. Stamp duty does affect you if you're looking at flips. So let's be cautious of that. I'm generally looking for the lower end flips because there's still margin in it and there's plenty of them, certainly in the Northeast. I'm generally looking under 140, 150 grand. Generally looking at 2-bed houses. Don't do many flats. Another little tip you can do is oldest listed. So generally, if it's been on the market for ages, there's an opportunity there. Once you put some basic filters in, I'm then just literally scrolling through looking for the properties that need work. That's normally the indication. The flowery carpets, the green bathrooms, the magnolia walls, and the brown kitchens, all that. Yeah. So you're literally scrolling through initially to look for the ones that look like they need work. That's your first indication. Click on that description, look into it. If it looks like it needs work, and you know your area and you know your price point, if it looks like it's priced reasonably well, then you're looking at your comparables. So you're going back onto Rightmove, separate tab, and you're opening up house price sales. So you're then going to type in that street name or that postcode if you've got it, and look for what done-up properties sell for in that location, in that street. If it looks like there's margin in it, so if it looks like, you can get a 25% uplift as a sort of minimum, I'm generally working off a 40k profit. So I'm looking at what they sell for in the area, deduct roughly what I think the refurb is going to cost, deduct 40 grand profit, then that gives me my highest offer. And I'm just doing that basic sum. Doesn't take very long. You don't need loads of mad spreadsheets and loads of in-depth sort of research. I'm doing that initial check first. Then what I'm doing is I'm ringing up that estate agent and having a chat with them. So I'm asking them, how long's it been on the market? What's the reason that the vendor's selling? You can ask things like, are they motivated to sell? But to be honest, if you don't know the estate agent very well, that's probably not going to go down very well. They're probably going to say, no, you just got to try and gauge the situation, right? Because even if it's run down and even if it looks like there's margin in it, the vendor might be stuck on a price that might not work for you. So you need to be asking the estate agent questions initially to gather some information so you can make a decision whether you go and view it or not. I say things like, seeing this property that you've got on the market in such and such a street, out of interest, I'm an investor, buy quite a lot of properties. Out of interest, what is the vendor looking for? And they're going to tell us, they want this price. And what's the reason that they're selling? Have they moved on? Is it probate? Is it divorce? Is it whatever? They might know, they might not. And then you just gathering some information. And I say to them, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want to waste your time, the vendor's time, or my time. I am interested in the property, but it wouldn't be the sort of purchase price. It would be less than that. So do you think it's worth me having a viewing? And based upon what they say, you then got a decision to make. Do you do a viewing? If you're relatively new or you're really active, then I'll be taking the viewings. I'll be doing a load of viewings because the more viewings you do, the better relationships you establish with the estate agent, the more experienced you become. And if you view 20 properties and you offer on all 20, you're probably going to get at least one yes, right? What people get wrong is they look for the perfect property and they don't do viewings and they don't try and negotiate. And then they say that they can't find deals. It's just because you're not viewing enough. Okay. So I'm doing that. I'm then going to do the viewing if I think it's looking likely. Then I'm coming back to the estate agent and saying, right, based upon what I've seen, it does need quite a bit of work. It needs this, it needs that. So based upon that, my offer is going to be X. Remember, look at the comparable, what it's worth done up, deduct your refurb cost, what you think it's going to be worth. I don't even get builders involved at this point. I'm just doing basic sums. Then I'm deducting the profit that I want to make, 30, 40 grand. Then that gives my max offer. Yeah. So normally, bear in mind, if you propose an offer to an estate agent, he or she then puts it to the vendor, they're normally going to counter you. So if my max offer I know is going to be 100 grand, my first offer isn't going to be 100 grand because they're going to counter. It might be 90, it might be 85. Gives you a bit of wiggle room for negotiation. Yeah. Don't be fussed about putting in low offers. I do it all the time. Yes, loads of them are declined, but there's no point overpaying for something, and there's no point doing a flip if there's not enough margin in it. Off the back of that, you gauge the response. Sometimes you get into a negotiation, and sometimes you'll secure deals on market that are below market value where there's still margin for you to do a flip on it. The other way I'm finding them is educating the estate agents. So building that relationship with the estate agent, getting them to understand what you're about. You're a man or a woman of your word. You do what you say. You can move on stuff quickly. You don't mess them about and you don't waste their time because nobody likes that. And I'm just educating the estate agents. I'm looking for these type properties in this area at this price point that I can do up and sell. Tell them that you'll use them again for the resale because they're thinking about 2 lots of fees. Really important. And, you know, on market stock, if you do that in volume, you're going to find deals. You really, really are. You can do other things like you can set up alerts on Rightmove. So you can put in your criteria, this location, this price point, this many rooms, this bedroom, many bedrooms, whatever. They will then be emailed to you as soon as they come on the market. It's good to look at the stuff that's been on the market ages, but it's also good to look at the stuff that just comes on. Because if you're the first to view, you've got a good chance of securing that. Because if the vendor is really motivated to sell and they want a quick sale, then if you view first and offer, they might just snap your hand off. They might just take the low offer. I get quite a lot of stock at auctions. So I would advise registering with auction houses, looking at the stock that they've got in your location, because generally you are getting a lot of rundown doer-uppers, flip opportunities in auction. So definitely be doing that. Rightmove, Zoopla on the market, plus auction houses in your location. And there is definitely, I've secured 3 flips this year. I've got a couple going through legals as well. I've got a couple that I'm half negotiating. They might come back, they might not. There are deals out there. There really, really are. Those are all on market. And I know plenty of people that are finding plenty of deals on market. In terms of assisted sales, slightly different. So if you're looking for assisted sales, there's a system called Property Filter that I've started to use, which is really, really good. You can check on there things like if it's empty, how long it's been on the market for, if they've had price reductions, and you can kind of spot if there's an opportunity for an assisted sale. An assisted sale is basically where it's been on the market a while, the vendor's kind of stuck on a price. Let's say they're stuck on 100 grand. They will not budge on 100 grand. That's how much they want for the property, but they're not getting any offers that are achieving that 100 grand. The property needs work and the property's empty. Then what you do is you go to the vendor, sometimes via the estate agent, ideally direct to the vendor, and you say to them, I can get you 100 grand, but it's going to take me 6 months because the property does need work. So what I'll do at my cost, I'll exchange contracts. So you know I'm serious and I'm legally bound to complete on the property. I'll then do the work at my cost. Once that work is then done, we'll resell it. And there will be a profit, which I'll keep, and you will still get your 100 grand. But at least I'll get you your 100 grand within 6 months. And you'll exchange contracts, so you're legally bound to complete or to resell on. To gives the vendor security. This obviously doesn't work on every property, but if it's been on the market a while, the vendor's stuck on a price and it's not selling, it's probably because it needs work. Yeah. And you can go up to higher price points at this stage because you're not completing on the deal, so you're not paying any stamp. Sister sales are a great strategy, great profit strategy if you want lumps of money. And your outlay is less because your outlay is effectively legal costs plus refurb. You're not having to put deposits down or buy the property cash or pay a stamp. Yeah. But again, loads of those are on market, absolutely loads. Educating estate agents and telling them what you're looking for, and also scouring through Rightmove, Zoopla on the market, using systems like Property Filter to drive those leads to you. So it's as simple as that, guys. And there's no magic formula. There's no secret to this. It's just about putting the graft in, doing the activity, taking the action, volume of viewings, volume of research, scouring the market, speaking to agents, and getting yourself out there. Deals aren't going to just come to you unless you've done it for years. You've got to go out and hunt. You've got to go out and find the deals. And flips and assisted sales are a fantastic strategy to build up your pot, to build up that lump of capital that you've got currently. And, you know, making 20, 30, 40, 50 grand per property is a real good strategy. It normally takes a while to make that in rent from cash flow. So that is how you can find flips and assisted sales on market in volume with ease. Remember, if you've learned something right now, don't just take notes, take action. And don't take action tomorrow, take action today. Get on Rightmove, Zoopla on the market today. Look for some deals, get hunting, and I'm sure you'll find some as long as you're doing the volume. Thanks, guys. Take care.